Yay! We're here. Let me know in the comments, guys, if you can hear me okay. So just in case, let me see. Chats, where are we? Hello. I sound like Mrs. I always say this. I sound like Mrs. Doubtfire when I start. I'm actually streaming into the Facebook group, and I'm also on Zoom. So let me know in the comments, guys. Can you see me okay? Is everything fine? Let me see if I can make Sarah a co-host now. No, can't do that. Anyway, Sarah Spears is our co-host today, guys. So she'll be answering your messages. You can see her. Just give them a wave, Sarah. Everybody, lovely to see you all. You're up for some magic, because this will be magic. Let me just see. I'm just keeping an eye on there for people coming in. And isn't it amazing that I never even knew when I put this up that it was the 7th of the 7th, and when you count 2023, it's 7, and I'm having it at 7 p.m. and I pulled a card and it's number 7. All the sevens, and the sevens mean that it's a sign from your angels that good things are coming your way and the dreams have the chance to be manifested. It can also be linked to a positive change at spiritual leveling up, and it also has an intuitive energy. The number is associated with spirituality, more related to getting in touch with your inner self, and let's be honest, that's what we're going to do here. And raise your own consciousness about what you need on your journey. Love it. And the card that I pulled, Nemesis from my Kartuk pack, which is a really powerful pack, it represents change, but it's not crystallized yet. It represents all things hidden to be revealed via hidden emotions. And that's exactly what we're going to be doing today. Yeah. So great to see everybody here. Good. I can see these. Yep, 7. Energy's been amazing today. It's been absolutely amazing. I'm just checking everywhere to make sure I can see the chat. Let me just see the chat here. Yep, see it now. See if you add the thing. I can then see who's actually chatting on the video, the one that's got the your host Anne Varney. Doesn't matter if you do. It's just it shows me who's actually who's commenting and what have you. So he's all ready for manifestation. Let me know in the comments what you want to manifest, because you've got to get crystal clear on this, guys. This is where a lot of you fall down, is the clarity. And why I'm asking you to write that down, put it in the chat, is so I need to see if you have got it clear, if it's crystal clear. If you're watching this on replay, please just write it down on the replay as well, and I'll definitely answer or add if I need to add anything to it and what have you, which will be really good. Okay, to grow your my group on Facebook, yeah. Recording. Oh, thank you, Sarah. To be honest, Sarah, I will record this, but my other one's recording anyway. Let's just put that there. But thanks for that.
Recording in
because you know
progress.
what I'm like with recording. And before we go any further, can I just say, the people who are in the Spiritual Awakening Academy membership, they'll know all about this. Some of you, others will know if you've been following me and what have you. But probably about a year, maybe about 2 years ago, we lost. My partner lost his niece 2 days before her 40th birthday. And since she died, left 3 kids and all the rest, it's quite tragic with COVID. Since she died, I've had these abundance of feathers. I mean, these feathers come, They're in my office chair, they're in my bed, they're under my pillow, they're in my shoes, they're in my journals, they're just everywhere. You know, the things I've seen, if I'm doing spiritual, especially when I'm doing spiritual work, these feathers come in abundance. I don't even have to be doing spiritual work and they'll come. So when they first started coming, I was like, where do these feathers come from? I just didn't get it. So it was probably about 2 weeks in. And I went, well, if it's spirit, go and give me a peacock feather because I love peacocks. And the next day it was this feather that was on my office desk. And I was like, that's weird. So I was blaming my partner. You put that there. And he's like, I don't put that there. You put that there. So I was like, oh, it must be an eagle feather. I didn't know what kind of feather it was. And then a friend came in a few days later and she went, Anne, that's a hen peacock feather. Well, you could have blew me over. And then after I've had hundreds, absolute hundreds, you know. And then I says, well, it was a blue and green one I wanted. I wanted the blue and green feather. And then I don't know if you'll be able to see this on the thing. Then I got this. It's if you see the color, I don't know if you can see the color, but it's actually got blue and green through this color. And this is when I was doing really powerful trainings that I got that feather. So goes to my bed last night, not even thinking anything. You know, I'm just got my bed. I'm thinking about the what I'm doing for all yous, you know, and what we're going to be doing, and quite excited about it. And I goes to my bed, pulls the covers back, and then this beauty was in my bed. Just lying in my bed. Now I wake up with feathers under my pillow. I've even had feathers on top of my pillow. I've even been, do you know when you're just dozing off to sleep, and I've actually felt the feather being laid in my hand. That's how powerful we are, you know. Spirit is all around you guys. It really is. And it doesn't matter if people think, you know, you're off your rocker, because I've had it all. You know, I've been judged, I've been laughed at, you have no idea. But it's all there. It really is all there. So we're going to tap into that energy over these 3 days. You know, we're really going to powerfully tap right into that energy, because I'm very connected. And my intention, so what I wanted to manifest, first of all, for you was that everybody gets what they need and change happens. It allows your positive manifestations to flow and you have an amazing time and you're standing in your power. So that's what I want for you, you know, that you really get so much from this, you know, even more than what you anticipate. Yeah. So without further ado, good to see you all. Good to see some familiar faces in here. It's lovely to see you all. So what we'll be doing is a quick overview of, let me just share my screen in the Zoom room, but I won't be sure. I don't know how to do it in the other way. So hello, Annie. Lovely to see you. I've not seen you in a while. Lovely to see you, darling. Let me just see. Let me just share my screen. So the workbook, there's a workbook there. Lorenzo as well. Lovely to see you, darling. Susie, good to see you all. Here we go. So there's the workbook, and there's a lot of goodies in there. So I'm just going to quickly go through this because I rather teach and show you by you actually doing it and not me just saying it. I want you to experience what we're going to do. But I'm just going to quickly cover what the everything that we're going to speak about. Yeah. So just today, we're going to clear and transmute energy, and I'm going to give you really powerful practices that I use on a daily basis. And for the people who don't know me, first of all, I always forget that bit. I'm Anne Varney. I'm from Scotland, you know, and I really can manifest really powerfully because I decide. I'm very clear. I know what I need to do in order to manifest. You know, I manifested 16 lottery wins in the space of 4 weeks, buying only 2 tickets a time. Consistently. I've manifested, you know, large sums of money when there's 30 million people after that, manifested it. high ticket programs, anything I put my head to, I manifest. Don't get me wrong, I still manifest shit as well, because we all can manifest the shit too, but most of the time I'm manifesting really positively. When I decide I want to manifest something, I get it. Yeah, because what I'm away to show you in these 3 days is what I do. Yeah. So today we're going to actually clear and transmute energy that will really get you unstuck from your limitations. And just to show you how to use the workbook, these are all links. So these go to, or if it's an audio, it'll go to an audio, or it'll go to the. I'm not going to click them because it'll take me away from the page. So you have your links at the beginning, and you also have your freebies at the end here as well. So you're just clicking here, and it takes you to whatever it is, the free gifts for the day. There's lots of free gifts that I've created for you all. And the spiritual recode audio. The spiritual recode audio is just to really relax the energy down. That's what the spiritual recode is just to really balance that energy and relax it down. Because we really need that. There's also some stuff here as well. So there's a cheat sheet of 30 affirmations that you can really, just. I can't think of the thing with the print out. Christ, how bad is that? You can just print out and stick it on your wall, because they're really good affirmations. Yeah. So there's me. You don't need to know about me. Well, actually, some of you do actually. So I actually am a spiritual teacher. I'm an author, podcaster. I'll do this really quickly. I used to have a multi-six-figure business as a award-winning bridal designer, and I had massive burnout, quite a few burnouts, 3 in total. And I knew there was something else. I created a life that I absolutely hated in the end. I also used to lecture full time with my business also, and I was a single parent, and I looked after my parents. So you can imagine I was juggling so many balls up in the air, and it was all coming from the identity of not being good enough, or being unworthy, or all that stuff that everybody has. We just have different ones. And I went on a journey, and that journey took me to the Amazon jungle, took me to Peru, took Machu Picchu, Lake Titicaca, took me to the Native Americans in America, top of mountains in Nepal, to 500-year monasteries, Rinpoches, and I've also got a master's in psychology, where I really did my thesis was an 8-week study on the effects of meditation on children's behaviours. That I did an 8-week program in a high school with kids, about 42 kids, with great success. And I also went over to Nepal, and I was there when it was a massive earthquake on top of a mountain on the edge of a cliff. Another story. If you want to hear more about that, you can read my book, and you'll get that in the book. So that's enough about me. So anyway, here we go. The roadmap. There's 3 phases that we're going to do. Inner magic is today. Phase 2 is tomorrow, Abundance Unleashed. And phase 3 is obviously on Sunday, which is the manifestation superpowers. That's when we really get the powers in there. So inner magic. I'm just going to quickly go through this, because I just want to just tell you about what we're actually going to be doing today. It is a process that I use. I use it on my own for myself, and I also use it when I'm working with one-to-one clients. If I'm doing distant energy work. So this can be used not only for yourself, it can be used for your clients. And it's a really powerful energy tool that I use with great effect, massive effect. Yeah. And what it's doing is it's just clearing and releasing stagnant energy that we have built up within our energy system, within our auric field, and we actually have the power to really transmute our energy. We have so much power, guys. We really do. And because our focus is in the wrong place, we can't see that power. Yeah. I'm going to show you that power. Yeah. And then, as I say, I'm just going to speak about that. The 6 steps to inner magic. So the way I've did it was, each day I've kind of got 6 steps for each one. I just felt it was easier to do that. So for your inner magic, so we'll identify, we'll release, we'll transform, and then we'll obviously locate and put the energy into higher vibration where you can take the action. I've also got Energy Tech, a cheat sheet here that has 3 steps to reset your energy. There's also reset your energy. I'll actually put that in the group because I can't remember if that is actually in the workbooks, but I'll definitely put that in because it's a really powerful energy. If you're feeling a bit depleted, that energy reset is very good. Energy bath, again, some really good, does work. I do it all the time myself. I give it to my clients and they do it also as well. It's all there. I'm not going to speak about it because I want to get right into the work with yous. Wait, where am I? Stop share. That's all my overview. Okay, any questions before we go any further? 6 steps of magic, Jimmy. Yeah, you're right there. Yeah. Let me just see the comments just now. Have I? Oh, don't tell me I have. Oh no, I've no. I thought I'd thing with the 2 minutes. Yes. Kathy here. Did Kathy get on the call? Just let me. Is Kathy here, anybody? Can I see her? Let me see. She's just trying to get up. Nope, she's not. I'll put that in. Give me a wee minute, guys. Some people, when they're not about tech savvy, because I used to be that person. I wasn't tech savvy, so I'm always aware of that with people, because they're not tech savvy. Okay, let me see what you're wanting to, what you're thinking about. I'm so happy that I've manifested my dream career where I'm fully digital, can work hours of my choice to balance my family life with a great salary and perks. Brilliant. Let's get that happening. Jimmy, I'm grateful for all the wonderful opportunities that come into my business. Stagnation can be a hindrance at times. We'd love to know how to counteract. You're going to get that today in the next few days as well, Jimmy. Let's see the other one. Let's see. Hello. Here we go. Love and financial freedom. Whoever wrote Love and Financial Freedom, can you actually be more specific? Yeah. Because it's fine and well saying love, but there's love in many steps. You know, this is where people get a bit confused. So I'm just going to give you a real tangible what it is I do when I manifest, and you've probably seen me about, you know, but if you're new here, when I say to my friends, I'm going to manifest that, they just laugh because they know I'll do it. You know, it doesn't matter if there's thousands and millions of people going after that manifestation, they know I'll do it. Yeah. So basically, the first and foremost thing is I'm crystal clear in what it is I want to manifest. I mean, I'm crystal clear. The universe cannot say. So if you're saying something like, you know, love and financial freedom, what number would give you financial freedom? What area, you know, in your life do you want more love? Is it your relationship? Is it a partner? Is it with your family? Is it with your business? You know, be more specific, because I'm very specific. You know, for instance, you know, if there's something that I really want to manifest, I'll just say, I'm going to manifest that. And then I'm going to show you this practice we're going to do today. We're all going to do this because I tune in. And tomorrow we'll be working with the inner child, because if you haven't got the inner child on board, yeah, because there's been lots of times that I've went to manifest, I've tuned in, I've connected to my spirit team, I've connected to my inner child, and I've just basically asked, is the road clear? You know? And sometimes I'll go in and the inner child is just, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. You know, right in the huff. And you've got to get her or him on board for you to create your manifestations. And that's tomorrow. Yeah. You love my thesis. Yeah, so did I. It's hard work though. Let me just see where else we go. So, okay, that's great. So, Catherine. So, creative ideas and clarity of purpose. Yeah. So, what do you want your creative ideas for? Yeah, clarity of purpose is good. 2 million. Good. $2 million. Brilliant. Love it. I'd love to manifest some energy as I'm depleted. Okay, so what you would say there, Jane, is you want more vitality. You want to manifest more an energetic vitality. You want more vitality coming in. Would that be right? It's more you want to feel, you know, energized and more vitality. Yep, so that's right. I want to learn how to manifest, create some desires come to me when I manifest. Right. This is the thing, guys. You're manifesting every single second of the day. You're manifesting, but your focus is in the wrong place. So you're manifesting shit. Yeah, and trust me, I manifest shit also. You know, I manifest it all the time too. However, and I'm going to give you a real. This just happened on Sunday of how we can manifest shit. Yeah. So Dave and I are going for a walk, and we are. I'm away to do in 7 weeks' time. I'm going to live a lifelong dream I've had since my 20s. That when I've always said since my 20s, when I hit my 50s, I'm actually going to go and sell everything, have no connection, no attachment to cars, houses, material possessions. I'm getting rid of the lot, and I'm just going traveling the world. Yeah. 7 weeks' time, this happens, right? It's really happening. And I've sold most things, you know, and everything's just going, and stuff I've been very attached to for a lot of years. So we're on our walk, and I said, you know, we really need to, because we put money by here, there, and everywhere. We really need to get together and see really how much money we've got. And I have a thing with money that when I get large amounts of money, I make sure that give it away. So I never keep it. It's always I've always got something I give it away to. Yeah. And I think a lot of you in here will probably be like that also. Yeah. As soon as you get it, there's a bill comes in, or there's something that it's gone, you know, that you're going to give it to. So we had £10,000 more than we actually thought we had. So really good. So I goes, after we count what we've got, I goes and I thought, right, I better go and get some shopping for the week. Can I have your car hand, please? Yeah. Which one? The both of them are away, actually. And I gets in my car, expensive car, and about crashed the bloody thing. I shut you not, about crashed it, right? And I was like, oh, here I go. Here's my inner child playing up here. I better watch when I'm driving to the shopping. And I gets to goes and does my shopping, comes out the car park at the shopping, exact same thing happens again. About crash the car again. And I went, shit. Yeah. So, and I know exactly what's happening here. My inner child is trying to make sure that I'm give that money away so that I don't have that money, because she doesn't feel safe around money, because I was always beat up or I had it taken away from me as a kid. You know, so to me, my inner child doesn't feel safe around money. So I know this working with my coach. So came back, and as I got to the house, my whole of my insides was shaking, and I mean, like literally like this, from head to foot, shaking. And I knew I had to do some inner work. So comes up to my office, sits in my chair, and I did this process that yous are going to do, and the whole process. Then connected to the inner child, then did the symbolism and all the rest of it for Chithinga. And as soon as I did what I did with yous, the shaking completely stopped, and I know I'm fine. That I'm not going to crash the car. I'm not going to do something to fuck it up, basically, because that's what happens. And that's how powerful your psyche, your inner child, your ego, your consciousness, your super consciousness, whatever you call it. Yeah, that's how powerful it is, and it does it without you even bloody knowing. Yeah, you just, before you know it, it's gone. It's done. And you think, shit, I've done that again. But that's what it is. Susanna, I'm a manifesting magnetic goddess, abundance vibration for every area of my life. Perfect. Love it. So it is. Okay. So someone says, I'm manifesting a joyful retirement. My inner child is telling me to manifest, never manifest. You have manifested. The people who are saying they've never manifested before, you're manifesting every second of the day. It's just you're manifesting in the negative, or you're stuck. You're manifesting all the time. It's just one, you've got to refocus, and you've got to clear that unstuck energy that goes. Everybody has it. Everybody has it. Regardless of where you go up in the chain, it's another level and another devil. It really is, yeah. But it's knowing what to do when it occurs. Because even though I can manifest like that, I know exactly what I need to do when it comes in. When that that inner child comes up, rears her ugly head and goes, no, I don't feel safe, so I'll put that in it so that you're not doing it. So today we're going to clear and transmute energy that really will get you unstuck for your limitations, and we're going to bring in the ancestors as well. So we're going to explore effective techniques to identify and release those limitations, that stuck energy that's there. And we're going to delve into the process of letting go of emotional baggage, and sometimes if there's physical pain there as well, because the body will always tell you if there's a restriction, because the body always keeps the score, yeah, because it goes into the energy field first, and then it obviously then it goes in disease within the body. It's just how it works, So that's what we're going to do, is we're going to actually see. So this is why I want you to be very crystal clear on what it is you want to manifest. So because you're going to set that intention, yeah? And when you set that intention of what it is you want to manifest, we're going to scan the body. And we're going to scan the body to see if we can actually feel any heaviness, any tightness. But there's a system we're going to do, and I'm going to do it when we're all in there. Now, some people will maybe come out and say, I don't feel anything. I don't feel anything. And they're stuck. They're really stuck in life. But they'll say, I don't feel anything. Most of the time, what's happening there is because you're disconnected, and that's why you're not feeling, because it was safe for you to disconnect. Yeah. So if that's the case and you don't feel anything, you're going to bring in your ancestors, and we're going to call them in as when we start. So it's going to be a powerful energy. The energy all day has been really powerful. and I've been working in the energy field for everybody that comes in and everybody that's on replay, and that's how I work. You know, everybody that's on the calls, within the group, the Manifest Magic group, I am actually doing energy work with you, with my spirit team. You know, so, and I've got a really powerful spirit team, as you do too. You know, some people think, oh, you know, I wish I was connected. I wish I got feathers. I wish I did. Tune in. Yeah, tune in. Really, because these are all very, very powerful. Yeah. It's just really putting that focus there. Any questions, guys? Any questions? Anybody? Anybody? Mm-hmm. Oh, you can all come back. No questions. Brilliant. Yeah. Here we go. You are just dying to all get in there. That's what it is. You are all, and just show me. Just show me. Okay, so my so first of all, I just want to do a practice of what I do when I call in the spirit team, so that you know, you'll have your own way of calling in your spirit team. Before I came on the call, I probably sat for about 10 minutes. I've just put a protective light around everybody and I called in the ancestors as well. I also called in the spirit team. But this is what I do when I do that. So I'm basically just, you know, I don't even go into a meditative state, if I'm being honest with you, because I'm just so connected. So what I'll do is I'll just sit and I'll just connect myself to my breath. I'll bring in fact, let's do it. We'll all just do this, so that you know what you're doing. Yeah. So put pens and papers down. What I will say, guys, is have a pen and paper with you, a journal or something, because you will probably need to write after we've finished the process. So I'll give you a few minutes to get that, if you need to, because you will have stuff to write, you know, because you'll be getting intuitive information coming in. Yeah. Okay. Jane, can I just ask you, darling? It's just I'm tuning into. Is the low energy you haven't? Is there something going on with you, or is it just a low? Is it you just feel low energy? Yeah, just unmute yourself.
I don't really know. It's been happening for a few months now. I've done all the usual, you know. I do mindfulness every day. I do yoga every day. I do Reiki on myself every day. I'm trying to take the, you know, vitamins and minerals and things like that. You know, to make
copper.
Sorry.
Copper. You're needing copper.
Copper. Okay.
Yeah, because I don't know why they got me to tune into you there, because there's a lack of copper in your blood or something.
Okay.
So go and have a wee look at that.
Okay, thank you.
And that's bringing your energy down. Also, as well, what I'm seeing with you is send me a message after this, because I'm going to do some work with you. So what I want you to do is I want you to send me your name, your full name, Jane, with your date of birth, because it's something I can do. I just don't want to do it here because it's taking it away from what I'm doing. Okay?
Okay, thank you. Yeah.
Right, okay, darling. I'll just put it back on me. Okay. It's just I went, they took me right to you there. That's why. Okay, so this is how I connect to the spirit team. This is how I and there you go. I was just connecting, and right away I was taken to Jane. So I don't even close my eyes. You know, sometimes I do, but most of the time I don't. So what I do is, but if you're one of these people that don't need distraction, I would tell you to close your eyes, because when you're distraction, You know, if you're looking, sometimes it could be hard for you to do it. But basically, we've all got this spiritual cord above the head, and it doesn't matter if you've never connected to Source, or God, or the universe, or Jesus, or Allah, or whoever it is that you name. You know, to me, it's all the same thing. Yeah, it's all source energy. And that's where I connect with my spirit team. I go to different dimensions. I mean, I do big, huge programs with really powerful, advanced spiritual practices. And I work with other dimensional beings and all the rest of it. But this is what I do before I do that. Or just working with the ancestors or the spirit team. I connect to this cord. Yeah. So what I do is I just set the intention that I'm connecting to my spirit team. I'm calling my spirit team in. I'm calling my spirit council in. I'm calling my ancestors in, archangels, whoever it is that you connect to. Source is something I'm trying to connect to with everything I'm doing. Maybe you're trying to do it too hard, or your expectations are totally different to what you're actually experiencing, Jimmy. Because this is what happens with a lot of people, is they expect it to be a certain way. And so, and a lot of times they are connecting, but they don't realize they're connecting because they expect it to be a different way. Yeah. And that's really what a lot of people happen, because we are all connected. Expectation, yeah. Attachments, all that crap. Yeah, we're all thinking. So what I do is I just imagine that that cord, there's just an energy coming down through that cord. But what I also do, if I find it difficult to feel the cord, if I've got a one-to-one client with me and they'll go, Anna, I'm really not, I don't really feel anything. What I'll get them to do is I'll get them the spiritual cord, is I'll get them to activate the hand chakras. So what I do is and I do this quite powerfully. I press in the thumb, the hand chakra on both hands. Yeah. So you're activating those hand chakras, and then I activate the finger chakras, because we've got hundreds of chakras in our body, hundreds of energy centers, and then I activate them. Yeah. And then I'll put my hands out and I'll tell source energy to come through, and you should feel like a little vibration. You know, there's like a zzz, you know, and the more you do this, the more you'll feel it. Yeah. And what I do is I just ask the source energy to come through, and you just feel that. So if you're having issues with your cord, spiritual cord, do this, because it's still coming through, so you can feel it. You know, so you're bringing the spirit. So I'm just going to be working with the spiritual cord now. So you're bringing that energy, and what I do is I bring that energy right down into the heart space. And what I'm doing is, if you can put your awareness to your finger, you can put your awareness to your heart. And what I then do is I expand the light of source energy. Sometimes I'll go right down, and so I'll ground myself. So there's like a cord coming out the soles of the feet and going right down to the core of the earth. I don't do that every time. It's always a heart space, because the heart is powerful. And I just expand that light. I just expand the light out, and then I call in my spirit team. I just call them in. And sometimes I'll even, when I've activated the hands, I'll put my hands over the heart space. Yeah, just put the hands over the heart space, because it's activated. I just ask the energy. So the energy is filling you up. And if I'm doing any kind of work like this, I always ask my spirit council to come forward along with my spirit team, because there is a difference. And I'm just asking my spirit team to hold space, welcome your spirit team in, and just allow them to come forward. And sometimes what I'll do is I'll just create a circle and I'll just see them all around the circle holding space. And I also thank them for being there, for coming forward. And sometimes if I feel a bit low in energy, I'm tired because I work hard, sometimes I'll just tell them to ramp my energy up. And how I do that is I just, they go into the heart space, I just go back into the heart space and I just see a dial and I just turn it up. Yawning's good because that means there's a shift coming in energy. Burping's good, laughter's good, tears are good because it just means it's all a change in energy. That's what happens. And I just tell them to keep cranking the energy up because you need to get your energy in a different vibration for the things you want to manifest. And that's just an easy way for you to get that manifestation, that energy up. It's as if you've got a dial. Or sometimes I'll see the spirit team coming forward with just light, and they're putting light into my energy field. So from here, thank all the spirit team, and we're just going to go into it because you're in the zone now. So we're just going to go into it. And what we're going to do is we're just going to ask, you're going to say your intention, the thing you want to manifest. What is it that you actually want to manifest? So the thing that I've wanted to manifest for a long time, but I knew it would be later years, is a spiritual retreat in a sunny climate that's open to like-minded people, beautiful people. And what I'm going to do now is when I've said that, now usually what happens is when we want to manifest something that's big, our head goes into overdrive and starts to tell you all the negative beliefs, all the limitations. So if you actually move your head down, if you put your head down, it stops those thoughts before they can start going into that vicious cycle. So you're basically moving your head down like so. And I want you to scan your body. So you're actually saying the thing you want to manifest. So mine is a spiritual retreat in a sunny climate. And you're actually going in, with your head down, and you're just scanning your body to see where there's any heaviness, where there's any denseness, where you really feel, there could be even pain there. Restriction. Tightness. I want you to, and it could be in a few places. It could be a few places within the body. Yeah. And the reason you're putting your head down to release this energy is because when you bring that your head down, it stops those thoughts. And I mean, really put your head down, you know, so you're looking. Every time you're ever going into negativity, do this exercise and it will change it. Now what you're going to do, when you find the energy that's stagnant, that's stuck, you know, that's you can feel there's a limitation there. I want you to imagine that you're actually got this tube, a tube of light is going into that part of the body or the energy. And what I do is I actually see this tube and I actually imagine that tube's going out of a window. It doesn't matter if the window's open or not. I just imagine that tube going out the window. And I'm feeling restriction in the solar plexus and the root. You know, that's where I feel the restriction. And I'm also going to check you for a collective of where the energy is as a collective. So, yes, sacral. That's a definite one. There's always the solar plexus. So it's the lower chakras. It's the lower energy centers with where I'm feeling most of your restrictions. So what we're going to do is we're going to ask the ancestors to come in. And they're going to help you. And how I get them to help me is I just ask them to put light into that energy center. Yeah, the solar plexus. Yeah, if you've never done this before, sometimes you do need to practice it. Yeah. And even though you're not feeling it, trust me, something's happening. You know, because a lot of people say, I don't feel it. And I'll get someone coming back to me and they'll go, oh my God, my life's transformed. You know, things have totally transformed. I had one girl who I was working with who we did this with, and she actually had a cyst. And actually the cyst was released, was no longer there. And what to do is when you've got that tube into those energy centers, into that heaviness, that denseness, and just allow the energy. And all you're saying is, I release it. Let it go. And you'll start to feel a lightness. Your energy will start to feel light. Your body will start to feel light. And sometimes it'll move. So always keep scanning the body, where it is. You know, and I now feel it in the solar plexus now. And sometimes you'll even feel it in your organs. Remember, you're powerful. I can give you many stories that I've seen and witnessed of things that would blow your bloody mind, you know, of how powerful we actually are, of things that should never, you know, of transformations and connections, and it really is throat and root. Throat and root are connected, so that's interesting. There's quite a few of you have got throat and root. Kidney and liver, yeah. I've seen me sometimes actually putting like loads of tubes. You know, I've seen it been in the solar plexus. I've seen it in my adrenals. I've felt it in my lower back, my throat, and I'll just put tubes in every one of them. I don't just do the one, I do it all in the one go. And just feel that energy changing. And breathe into it. Remember, breathe into it. And just keep scanning the body. And now what I do here, if there's any pain within the body, I'll go right into the core of it. Right into the core. And I'll always ask, what's the lesson? Because we're always getting something from it. What is the lesson? And just feel the energy. Just leaving you for a few minutes more. Now, guys, when you do this on a regular basis, it takes, honestly, it takes minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes max. It really doesn't take, if you have this as a daily practice, I don't even do it daily, maybe every other day or whatever. Especially, I do it especially if I feel I'm trying to manifest something and it's not manifested, I'll do this practice. Or if I want to manifest something, I'll check in to my body first to see if I have any restriction towards that manifestation. Because the body will tell you. And just keep scanning. Because this is the energy to do it in. When there's a lot of energy like this, this is the energy to do it in. And now you're going to ask your ancestors. You're going to ask the ancestors to come in and give you a symbol. And this symbol can be anything. It could be, as I said to you about crashing the car twice when I went and did this. This is what I did. And I asked them to give me a symbol, and what they gave me was a flamethrower to annihilate the energy of where I was as a child that was bringing this up. And as soon as I used that symbol to cleanse the energy, clear the air, because that's how our psyche works. By metaphors, speak your truth, yeah. Is my shaking completely stopped by using the symbol. And I'm just going to tune into you with the spirit team. Just allow us to come into your field. Well, we just do a wee bit energy work as a collective for you. And this will be even if you're on watching this on replay also. And just breathe into it. And allow that symbol that you've been given. It could be a color. It could be, it could be a person. It could be anything at all, that symbol. It could be a crystal. It could be a pixie even. It could be anything. Fairy. Just allow it to do its work. Allow the psyche to help you. And still keep connecting to those cords, those tubes, where they're taking that energy out. There's quite a few who's really stuck at the root. But it's not even just the root, it's the basic chakra at the back as well. So just allow the spirit team to come in. And usually when it's lowered back like that, it's financial. It's financial issues. So allow that stagnant energy to go. And just keep releasing it. And breathe into it. Because in order for you to manifest magic, if you have stagnant or stuck energy within your energy fields, you just won't manifest it. That's why you're having issues of manifesting. The good stuff, as I call it. Yeah, stay balanced and centered by your symbol. But the symbol that you were just asking for there was helping you release the energy, because we're going to actually bring a symbol in that's going to help you balance. Yeah. So as I said, my symbol it was a flamethrower to really eradicate that energy and the people that was around that energy. That's it. I'm starting to feel it lighter now. Good. Amazing. You're all doing amazing. Absolutely amazing. Well done. Yeah. Okay. So now what you're going to do, and if some of you have still got that energy coming out, that's fine. You know, that's fine. Just keep allowing it, because you can do this at the same time. Is you're now going to bring in your ancestors and your spirit team to come forward, and they're actually now going to give you a symbol to fill that energy up that you've just taken out, because you always need to fill the energy up. And you may even need to ask, what was the lesson that you needed to, what was the lesson you needed to learn that was keeping you stuck in that energy, in that manifestation that you're in just now? Because remember, you're always manifesting, whether it's negative or positive. And then you're going to fill that energy up. And you're going to ask the ancestral team for one of them to come forward and give you a symbol that you know release the fear to speak. Yes, a lot of us light workers and spiritual teachers have that fear. I used to have it. Don't have it anymore though. Still there a wee bit, but not like what it used to be like. It's knowing what to do with the fear. Because you can still manifest the good stuff even if you have your fears. Remember that. And allow that symbol to fill your energy up now. And what I see when I do this is I see the energy coming through the spiritual cord. And as the energy is coming through the spiritual cord, it's going to the places of where the energy was taken out. And you'll know when that's filled up because the tubes, the cords release. Whilst I'm also doing that, I also say any energy that I've took from anybody unknowingly or knowingly, I send it back with love. Any energy that's been taken from me, knowingly or unknowingly, I claim it back with love. So I'm fully in my power. And what I do is I just I feel that energy just coming all the way up and filling the whole of my energy centers up. And then I expand the energy out. into the room. And expand it out. And sometimes what happens here when you expand the energy out and you start to fill yourself up, insights come in. And again, you're now going to say your manifestation. When you feel yourself filled up and watch the energy of it change. If the energy of it, the feeling of it hasn't changed, you need to go back and do this. Because your manifestation now should feel lighter, achievable. And if someone's got pain in the back, the upper back, because I can feel it, just ask the ancestors to come in, release that pain. Because it's just energy. To shine the light to it. Shine the light, let it go, let it go. And once you feel yourself all filled up and you've actually said your manifestation out loud, and say it out loud so you can hear it. So you can concretize it. So you can tell the spirit team, the ancestors, this is what I'm manifesting. This is what I'm getting. And feel the energy of it being different. Feel the energy. So much lighter. The energy is so much lighter than when I first started this, I'll tell you. I'm giggling away here. My spirit team's giggling away. La 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 la. And I keep wanting to sing Christmas songs. Here we go. I'm a bit early. Hands are buzzing. Yeah, they will be. They will be. Some of you may need to go and ground after this because it's a real energy practice. But see, when you do this in a regular occurrence, guys, minutes it takes. It really does. It's minutes. Yeah. I mean, I've did it a wee bit longer because there's people that's never done this before and what have you. But it's a real energy technique. It's an ancient energy technique that helps release stagnant, stuck, limiting energy, especially if you're going after your manifestations. And I do this when I'm deciding I want to manifest. I check in. I say the manifestation. I decide that's what I want. I check into the body. I look for where it is, where I feel it. And I just put my head down and I put the tube in. And usually I've got quite a few places, because usually we do. Or it moves if there's only one place that moves. And the more you do it, the quicker you are at releasing it. And now you're just going to fill that heart up. Fill it right up. Smiling, yes. I can see that, Sherry. And look at what you're manifesting. It's amazing to watch. Feeling the difference in my body energy. Amazing shift. Very powerful. Yep. It's a powerful technique. I was actually shown this technique, by the way, from a shaman in Peru. And if you want to actually put even a wee bit more power into it, hold a lemon. Hold a lemon. Cut a lemon in half and hold a lemon, because the lemon transmits the energy also. Good, feeling the difference. And you're just filling that heart up with light, with your source light, with your power. I will survive, oh, as long as I know how to love, I know I'll stay alive. I got all my love to give. See, just what I sing there. That's a good song to sing. Better than a Christmas song. I will survive. Let it go, let it go, let it go. And what I do as well is when I'm feeling the energy is so much lighter, guys. It's unbelievable how much lighter this energy is. And when I feel that energy, sometimes I'll get up and I'll dance and I'll sing, and and I'm just singing and dancing. And if anybody was to come in, they would think I was off my rocker, because I'm just in my cell and I'm just singing and dancing and jumping about like a lunatic, And what I do next, we'll be doing tomorrow, when I manifest, and that is connecting with the inner child to see if that inner child is actually on board with the manifestation. Because if you're manifesting something, you want to manifest something, and you're just not getting anywhere with it, you're getting the complete opposite. 9 times out of 10, your inner child is going, fuck you. No chance. And if you have not got your inner child on board, you'll never get it. You'll never get it. Feels so much like related. Good. Brilliant. And the thing is that, so let me know in the comments, guys, how brilliant Anne. She's a self-sabotaging bitch. Yeah, she is. She is. I would agree with you. Yeah. Let me know in the comments, guys. How do you feel? How are you feeling now from when we started this? Da, 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 da. I'm off dancing tonight. Looking forward to tomorrow. Good. Well done, you. Can I come? I'm coming. Yeah. I wonder what I'll get in my bed tonight. Another refit. So joyful, Sherry. Good, good, good. Wow. Did you do it, Jimmy? I wasn't sure if you were doing it when you were walking about. How did you feel with it? What a release. Yeah, it's a big release. It really is. You've done amazing, actually, because it was so tight, the energy when we first started. But it's so light now. So light. Fuzzy. Yeah. And I will still be working with your energy, not quite as exhausted. That's good. Keep doing this, Jane. It's a really good practice. You actually look brighter. Yeah, you do look brighter. Susie, what a difference. Top part of the body was vibrating. Feels so much lighter. Chakras blocked and now amazing. Yeah. When you say chakras are blocked, guys, your chakras aren't really blocked. They're just the way the chakras work. They work. One goes that way, another one goes that way. The people think they just go around in a circle. It's not. And people think that your energy centers are just one color. They're an array of colors. Yeah, each one it's an array of colors, and this is how they work. Yeah, they go, so one goes one way and one, this is how they kind of work. And I work with 12. I don't work with just 7. I work with 12, 13 energy centers. And what can happen is, it's not that they're blocked, it's what can happen is the energy centers, witness, I'm just trying to get in there too late. What can happen is the energy centers, they can actually be too fast, you know, they're really, really fast. So what happens is it makes the other ones, so some of the energy centers can become murky, dirty, and this is what happens. Or they can go the opposite way and they just go really slow, and you know, that's when the energy, you know, it's like they're needing rebooted and thinged up. So that's how your energy. It's not the fact that they're blocked. It's just that sometimes they just need rebooted or calmed down, because it can go one way or the other. Yeah, and there's always an effect. And usually it's quite interesting. It was quite a few years were saying the root and the throat, because they're actually really connected. You know, they're all connected. But same with the third eye. The third eye and the sacral was really connected as well. You know, and it really does when you're thinking that way. Sylvia, you're just we've just finished the practice, you silly bugger. You'll just have to watch it on replay, my dear. It's really powerful. When I seen your name, I went, "Oh, she's late again. Here she comes. She's got it all wrong." You'll just so it's an hour and 15 minutes before, right, for tomorrow. Just to let you know. Yeah. So what I would suggest doing, if because some of you are saying that you're feeling a bit fuzzy, go out and ground yourself. Or what I do sometimes, if I can't get out to ground myself, is just a bit of sage or something like that. Drink of water is very good. Sometimes when you're working at this level with energy, you really need to get the water in you, because sometimes you're actually dehydrated and you don't even know it. You know, so it's getting there. I'm bad for it. I'm really bad for it. Tracy says, I felt my solar plexus vibrate, bubbles pop in, my hands warm, tingles, same with throat, feel so buzzed up. Love it. Thank you, Anne. You're welcome, honey. Welcome. You'd like some more, listen to the replay, you know, because I'm streaming into the group, and I've got this Zoom on, so there's about the same amount on each one. So you've got it straight in the group, so you can go back into it and redo it, you know, because it's a technique I use all the time, and how I do it when I'm working with a one-on-one client and they're on the other side of the world, yeah, because I do it all the time, is I actually just see them and their energy, and I scan their energy. I bring their spirit team in, and I get their spirit team to help me scan the energy, and I'll see where there's like sort of dirty energy. So what a dirty energy looks like to me is there's like a dark patch on the energy, yeah, or the energy is distended, you know, it's coming out or it's going in the way, you know, and that's how I see it. And then what I'll do, if I see that, I'll just put the tubes in. And because remember, it's all about intention. It's all about intention. So so this is the first step. If you're trying to manifest something, and we've all been there, and I wish I'd known this practice many years ago, because boy, would my life have been so different. But it is what it is. If you're trying to manifest something, and you know, say somebody said £2 million, $2 million, a pound to a penny, when you were saying $2 million, there'd have been a massive restriction somewhere within your body, even in your mind, yeah. Because and sometimes because the psyche is laughing at you, or there's it's too much out of your scope, you know. But nothing's out of your scope, guys. Nothing. Trust me on this. It really isn't. It's just that the energy it needs to be raised. The vibration of the energy needs to be raised in order for you to get raised up. And it's what your attachments are to that manifestation is where your energy's at. So if you have massive attachments, and we'll talk about this in day 3, the 2 and 3, because a lot of the times it's the attachments that you have towards the manifestation that it won't happen, or letting it go. Yeah. Look at that, 2020. Here we go. 2020. Here we go. So any questions, guys? Any questions? Yep. See you tomorrow. Perfect. Perfect. Usually I go way over, but I've done really well today. I've said to myself, no, you're doing it within the time. You're doing it within the time. I get carried away. But it was you that's done really well, because the energy. Do we need to do any prep for tomorrow? No. Your workbook will be in the guides tomorrow morning. I'll put it in the guides. You've got in fact, good question, Sarah. What I would tell you to do, and I've put it. I'm sure I put it in workbook 2. Let me just double check that before I say it is, because let me just make sure I've got that here, because I want you to do the surrender to the divine. Now, the surrender to the divine meditation, I don't know if I've called it that in the workbook, but just let me double check so I can make sure, because I don't have it up. The reason I'm telling you to do this meditation is I had a girl coming to me for a one-to-one. She was a young girl, but she was very spiritual. She was very, because she had a lot of anxiety and she was very spiritually connected. And she came in and she says to me, Anne, I need to surrender. My spirit team are telling me you need to teach me how to surrender to the divine. And at the time, I had a chocolate addiction. And I had 11 hypnotists trying to help me and hypnotize me with this chocolate addiction. And I'm a stubborn bitch. If I want to have, my inner child, she's bloody stubborn like. So 11 bloody hypnotists I went, and I still couldn't get. And what would happen is it would be fine for about an hour and it'd come back with a vengeance. It was just a nightmare. So she came in and she says, right, if I'm going to take you to surrender to the divine, I went, you need to have an intention. You need to be able to, you're going to let energy go, but you need to know what it is you want to manifest, because you will bloody manifest this, and you'll manifest it really quick by the energy of where I'm taking you. So she says, well, I've been trying for a year to get a job and I just can't get a job. It's just a nightmare. I'm getting really depressed about it. I can't get a job. I says, well, be prepared, because when you walk out of this house, you'll get a job. She went, your arse, there's no way. And I went, look, just trust me, when you go into this energy, it's powerful energy I'm going to take you into. So I thought, right, I'm just going to give this bloody chocolate addiction up. I'm ready to give this chocolate addiction up. And so I handed it over to the divine, and I never had the chocolate addiction. It came back, that was it, gone, totally gone. She left my house 5 minutes later, and I'm not bullshitting you here. 5 minutes later, she sent me a message. Her mum was driving her, and she sent me a message, and she went, you fucking freaked me out. And I went, what do you mean? She says, the job that I wanted, the guy has just phoned me to give me the job. And I went, yeah, I know the power of going to that energy. And this has worked for me many times, when I've maybe been stuck with something, or I've maybe wanted to manifest something. When I go into this energy, I really, I know when I'm taking people into this energy, or when I go into this energy, is a really powerful energy. Now, I haven't got it on this, but I'm going to put it on this one, the 2, and I'll put it as surrender to the divine. Let me just double check I haven't got it at the bottom here. I've got the inner child, the spirit council. Okay, I'm going to put it in, because they're guiding me. It would be nice for you. In fact, do you know what I'll do? I'll put it in the group. because you'll have to wait till the morning to get this workbook. So what I'll do is I'll actually put the audio in the guides, Surrender to the Divine, and you're going to have your manifestation, the thing that you want to manifest, and you're going to actually give it over to source energy. And I tell you how to do that in the audio. Okay? You just got that? Jane, can you... No, it's okay. I'll get it. I've got it here. It's okay. I'll just copy and paste it here, madam. Yeah, I'm just copying it here. What I'll do, Jane, is I'm actually going to do energy work with you. I have a list of people, see, and I'm going to put you on that list. Yeah, and it's usually first thing in the morning that I do the energy work. Okay, but look up copper. There's something about copper with you. Okay, guys, 4 minutes left, and I'm here. Look at that, amazing! Big pat on the back for Anne. Yes, Anne's meditations are the most powerful. Yeah, they're good meditations. Like they're good. Come straight from source. Thank you guys for all being here. Sending masses of love. Some faces I've not seen for a while. It's great to see. And I'll see you all tomorrow, 7 p.m. British Standard Time. And if you're watching us on replay, please tell us in the comments what's everything that's happening for you. Speak to you later, guys. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Bye-bye.
Recording stopped.
Yep.